Swahili Nation, Africa brings you the biggest night in hip-hop, making history with the Yenze Hip-Hop Cultural Festival. Saturday, 28th June 2025 at Lugogo Cricket Oval, live in Kampala, Uganda. Come witness the biggest artists from all regions of Uganda and East Africa with graffiti, breakdance, and rap battles. Don't miss all the best fun, best food, and fashion and swag. Ordinary tickets are at 30,000 Uganda shillings, and all tickets are available now at cricket.com.
Hip-hop to me is everything. It is the phenomena that explains my existence or how I see the world. When I see colors, I see how those colors emerge and have conversations with each other. Even that bird which has just passed, your chorus, the way that I see the world, community, hip-hop is community, first of all, and it has given me everything from my very first car, my very first house, my very first travel ticket,
that's beautiful.
my first real friends. I met them in creatively, the Abramzes, Mun G, Fameica. Now we're meeting, but we have some history there. So to me, hip-hop is community, to put it shortly. Yeah.
Recho Rey.
But hip-hop is just something I love to do. It is something that comes natural to me. That's all I can say about it.
Okay, since we are with you, you're going to start off with the answer for the next question. So our next question would be, why did you choose hip-hop? Because hip-hop might have given you a sense of belonging. It might have given you like something that you'll never forget. But why did you choose it? Why did you decide to be a part of it and not just a bystander?
I think he chose me. I didn't choose it. Yeah, I think he did choose me. Yeah, because it is something that came natural to me, just like I said. It is something I was drawn to more than other genres. Yeah.
I was sleeping in my bed when the sky opened up and an angel came down.
Oh my God, no.
And it said, "You have been chosen." That's how it happened.
So you received a vision from God?
It was a vision. But in all seriousness, right? Hip-hop came naturally to me because I began liking how words danced with each other. I was like very quiet. I found it hard expressing myself among many people, crowds of people. That's social anxiety. So I kept on writing things in my mind and reading books and reading articles. So by the time I came to writing a verse or knowing how to write a verse, learning from my favorite rappers out there, it's something that came naturally and easily to me. You get me? So besides the vision from God and being chosen to have a purpose of being a storyteller, I believe it's natural that my inclination and my DNA is hip-hop.
Thank you so much.
Okay. What's the question again?
For you, why not dance hall? Rachi wa don't hip-hop or hip-hop. Rachi not dance hall.
I was wanting to do music, but hip-hop is a lot more expressive. Hip-hop has a lot more words. If you want to explain something, hip-hop will tell paint a better picture or a better story. Also, the other genres have niches. R&B is really about love. Dancehall is about over dancing and all that stuff, and the big bang, all those things. But hip-hop is the only genre that talks about everything that all other genres talk about. So, me being the expressive person I am, I had to choose hip-hop because it is more expressive. I say a lot as an artist. So that's why I chose hip-hop.
Thank you very much. Fik. Also, I took about Uganda, so it's very okay.
Like honestly, like I said before, I didn't choose hip-hop. Hip-hop chose me. Like I just found myself, freestyling, wanting to write all the time, and I've always wanted to do music till now, but it's the roots of my music. Engeri gye natandikamu okuyimba oba bw'ongamba kiki osobola okukola, I can rap. That's who I am. I'm a rapper. Yeah.
Also, the way Taga propose, you can do it.
If you can talk, you can
I can
rap.
just wake up one morning and then say I'm going to release a song and it will hit.
Yeah.
Or I need some criteria towards that.
You need to start knowing the genre.
Yeah.
You need to start knowing the genre and knowing what a punchline is, the interesting things in the genre. Then you start moving.
And what if I'm not funny, but I want to create a hip
Hip
hop
hop is
song?
not about being funny. Just being funny is just part of the game.
Yeah.
You can be serious. Some people are really serious. This one is serious. That's some serious song.
For me, I've always wanted to be the cool kid.
Oh, how did I forget?
You know, in high school, I've always wanted to be that. I wanted to be the cool kid. No one was rapping. I picked up the mic and started rapping, and I was an instant celebrity. And from then on, it just picked up from there. And I fell in love with words, and you know, and I just started building my craft from then. Yeah, so I just wanted to stand out in the beginning, and then I fell in love with it.
So at first it was just
Trying to be
way
the
for
cool
you
kid.
to be a cool kid.
And make many friends.
Did you make a lot of friends? Do you
A
still
lot
have
of
those
friends.
friends right now?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
of us.
Those were real
Congratulations,
friends.
KEKO, you became a cool kid.
That's
So Nze, now falling in love with hip hop, you know, around late 80s, late 1980s. Nga simanyi, actually this is the truth. Nali simanyi tibamuyita hip hop.
Okay.
Because nalabanga ba breakers, ba b-boys. Because they said ebyo, those elements were always together. Whatever movies, whatever music videos, whatever graffiti, whatever breaking, whatever DJing, turntables, mbuli chimu. So I didn't know it was called hip hop. But then rap music ngaye, same thing being an element of hip hop, nali fascinated by the style, the wordplay, this jibaita swag, ne swag, jibaita swag lero. Naye nga simanyi nti bamuyita hip hop, kati nzijukira nagendanga nga bwe ngenda okulaba TV, nga ngamba bagayi babatakoli njagala zile ennyimba bagayi boogera nga bakasuka emikono ekitegeera nga bakasuka emikono. So when people say that hip hop chose me, yes, hip hop is a fancy word, but before it I just fell in love with it before even having a definition of it. It spoke to me. Kati then kwe kutandika nemba fan kati because ffe twakulira mu era nga elements zonna tuzinako access. That's where my love for breaking also comes from. Ne graffiti, yes, nagezaako, you know, doing things here and there. I mean, I can, but I wouldn't call myself a graph writer. DJing, yes, mbyagala nnyo naye sijja kweyita DJ, but I select music and I collect vinyl. I have a lot of records. Newaka mpuliriza nnyo records. But yeah, so whether it's in the public eye or not, elements zonna nzagala era nziwa time. So but yes, but then okufuuka rapper, it was different because when namanya the truth that people spit in hip hop, and also kudda kubano kibadde bagamba kuba nawuliranga, you know, dancehall music, I listen to rock, but some of them had the same message or but different messages, but packaged in a very similar way. I'm not trying to knock anyone, but when nayongera okutegeera nempulira Run DMC, it's different from Big Daddy Kane, different from LL Cool J, different from Cool G Rap, different from
Nas.
Even that, before Nas.
Before
when
Nas.
I fell in love with hip hop before Nas.
So Rakim.
Drop. Yeah, Rakim. Nabalabo nabaliwo. Cool Mo D. So katinga buli omu alina message gyayogerako, but it's true to them. So hip hop gave me that power of knowing that I can be honest with myself. I can express myself whether people like it or not. It's an outlet and it's healthy. Because nali nyine ebizibu byansanga nkyali muto. So nga nyino byogera kati bwe nawulira nga ono gayogera ku kino ono ayogera ku kiri without shame nga gasoku atalidde mmera so gamana njala ebadde nno mumana nze mbona aboneno at the same time n'oli nga celebrating a success ye n'oli nga awaana mukyala we n'oli nga akola ki. So kyekyo lwaki oli bwe yagambye Mun G nti hip hop is about everything ne GNL. Actually that is the music genre wogenda okusanga nga, for example, R&B music osanga omuntu nga mena mukimanyi mufumbo nayimba olulimi agamba noonya omwagalwa noonya omuntu wokuwasa. No one judges them. Ate mu album yemu anoonya omwagalwa, album endala simanyi kati tuli ku mbaga ate oluyimba oluddako ng'agamba simanyi kati bankyaye naye nga mukyala we naye amukubira engalo waka naye ng'abiwulira. Kati ate mu rap hip hop jangu ngoli mfulu bali ogambe mwana nze buli makambira mwana no guy ali fake. So that honesty that comes with that's why when we say it's a way of life, it's a culture, it's an outlet twogera between it, because society fe tujudginga bulala nga ba MCs because abantu but holding to standard ya mazima.
Hip hop as Africans is us in a way, right? When you look at African societies and you look at elements in hip hop, whether it's the dancing, people used to dance around fire. Like naturally, I watch TV. When you look at graffiti, Africans were painting in caves already, right? We look at the DJing. If you go to Rwanda, people used to bang on top of pots with a BI just to make a beat.
Others with some like jerry cans.
Jerry cans, right? And then back in the day, the storytellers of the night used to be the Batontomi, right? So the Batontomi would be the one telling the story of the ancestry of that family, or an entertaining story of something coming out of the imagination, Jaina, right? Or they are archiving the story of that family while telling it to the young kids. So whatever elements on hip hop, they are already present in Africa before we even look at New York. So when I look at why hip hop is choosing us, I think there is a divine purpose attached to it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that enlightenment. So my next question is going to be, why, or do you think it's important that Ugandan hip-hop is recognized? Because we are not just here for East African hip-hop, but we are here because of Ugandan hip-hop too. Do you feel it's important that it's recognized? And do you feel it's getting the recognition that it needs, especially in East Africa?
Yeah, I think, I'm sitting next to one of the biggest exports, Fik Fameica right now.
Hey.
So I think we're moving. I took a break, but Rachel is here doing her thing, and it's going, doing its rounds. I think it's doing what it's supposed to do. East Africa, we're maybe limited to some languages, especially because of the Swahili, but they speak English as well, and we can collaborate with them and reach their markets as well, just like what I did with Make You Dance and whatnot. Because you go to markets like Tanzania, where predominantly it's Swahili and don't really speak English, so we may need to learn some languages as well to infiltrate those kinds of markets.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sorry. I wanted to add on something onto that in East Africa, Tanzania is way more developed hip-hop wise.
Yes.
That it is part of their way of life, right?
Okay.
I've had the privilege of going over there when they had a Clouds Festival, and Lil Kim was the closer for the night, right?
Wow.
But every artist that stepped on that stage was a rapper. With the exception of Juma Nature, who again you would consider like a rapper, is like the Bone Thugs of Harmony of Tanzania. Come to Kenya, very strong again. The biggest artists in their countries are rappers, right? In Uganda, it's just beginning to take off because I can see it with Fik, I see it with Fefe. I see that for us, what has been lacking, I think, is how to bridge those generations, like the generations that came before, and then to the fresh kids, right? So from fresh kid to who is the oldest? Abramz from the 80s. Abramz began hip hop in the 80s. So to Ibro, to Babaluku, like all of those generations, what we have been missing, I think, is something that brings all of us together. But East Africa, we're beginning to see the collaborations happening, because the Kenyans are asking us for collaborations. Calligraph was reaching out to Ruyonga, Nako to Nako in Tanzania. Basically, the whole East African movement is beginning to come back, and you can see there's life in hip hop. So Uganda is lagging behind, but if we take the lead, I think we are going to be the best.
Now I'll speak, since I'm an MC and a B-boy, now I'll speak as a B-boy. Actually, East Africa, the element that has connected East Africa the most, the hip-hop element, is breaking. Surprisingly. But I think, yes, it's getting recognition, but some of these threads that are weaving all these things together, I don't think they're given enough recognition. For example, Uganda has a breakdance battle called Breakfast Jam. I mean, it was initiated here, and they've been doing it in different parts of East Africa. Like they do eliminations, and then well, it hasn't happened for years. I think COVID kind of killed it. But before that, they used to have prelims in all the different East African countries, and the finals used to be here. Now there's also a big hip hop festival in Tanzania called Asili Hip Hop Festival, and Asili always has breakers from Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, Congo, Rwanda every year. And then the winners usually go to the world finals, sometimes in Europe or Asia, every year. And this year in Feb, I was on tour in Kenya teaching, breaking. And then we had a big event, the Flow Reapers Jam, where the winners for some of the categories are going to the to the finals in France, and then some of them are going. One of the categories they're going to the African finals in Ghana, and there was Ugandan people representing it, actually Ugandan big girl, and I was one of the judges. We were 4 judges. I was the only judge from Uganda, and then we had Sarah B, who's one of the most celebrated big girls around the world. She's international. And I think people are aware that breaking became an Olympic sport. Yes. So one of the finalists, Danny Dan, I was judging with him. We were sitting on the same panel. Yeah. And then also B-Boy Lyrics, who's one of the most celebrated African breakers. So yeah, so breaking is actually making a lot of rounds. And we've also hosted many international breakers here in Uganda. Also, like people like Crazy Legs from the Rocksteady crew and many others. So breaking doesn't get the recognition it deserves, because now you even have the Dance Sport Federation as part of the government of Uganda, and they're doing a lot of stuff. People are going to the Olympics. Anyway, so
and speaking of hip hop in itself, we have this Yenze Hip-Hop Cultural Festival is the first ever big hip-hop festival that we're having in Uganda. What does it mean for you to be a part of this? Because right now we are trying to elevate the hip-hop game, and we're trying to actually educate people that hip-hop is not only about music, it is also about graffiti art, it is also about fashion and design, it is about dance, it is about DJing, and of course music as well. What does it mean to you being a part of a first ever hip-hop cultural festival, also the Yenze Hip-Hop Cultural Festival?
I'm not supposed to answer like I need other people to talk, but I will quickly want to set the record straight before we move. I'm happy to be here, and I love this initiative, but it's not the first hip-hop festival in Uganda. We have festivals that happen every year. For example, there's the Hip-Hop Summit, happens every year. I mean, whether there's a lot of crowds or not, whether it's a mixed generation thing or not, but it does happen. That was started by the Uganda Hip-Hop Foundation in 2003. And then we have Hip Hop for Society, which happens every year since 2007, every year. It's underground, but it's actually one of the biggest in terms of crowds and the international community that comes together to celebrate hip hop. And then we also had the End of the Week, which was a hip hop festival in 2014, which had so End of the Week is an international mic challenge. So the world finals were held in Uganda in 2014. We had people from all over the world, from France, USA, South Africa, Uganda, Belgium. So I guess for me, I'm not trying to take anything away from what's happening, but it's important for us to understand that things are happening. And there's so much that's happening, but I think what Yenze Hip Hop is doing for us, or what would like it to do for us, is to connect all these dots. Together. Because things are happening. I mean, KEKO can tell you, there used to be WAPI every month, and KEKO and I used to be the hosts. But there's a reason why most of these things die out. But also, even when they die out, the seeds are still there, we see. So, so I just wanted to make that clear. So if we say it's the first big hip hop festival, there are big hip hop festivals, but it hasn't happened yet. So how do we make it the biggest? I think that for me, that should be the focus. Yes, we're here. I'm seeing generations of people who usually don't even sit together to break bread or build. So how do we make it the biggest and most relevant hip hop festival? That is the challenge to all of us and the organizers. Yep.
So what does it mean for you to be a part of the Yenze Hip-Hop Culture Festival, KEKO?
I think I'm glad it's a big venue, first of all. I would love for, there to be very many people, especially young people. just to show the world that Ugandan hip hop, has traction. Being a part of it is a blessing, and I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad I'm going to be there.
The answer is actually, I'm humbled to be here. I'd love to see what people think about hip hop today. Because when we came up, hip hop was really strong. It was strong in the hearts of the people. Today, I want to know what the .com world or what the internet era thinks about hip hop. So, 28th of June, we want to come and see. We also want to see the competition in rappers.
Exactly.
Yes, we want to see the competition. We want to see, we want to see the beef. We want to see the subliminals. I told you hip hop is beef, punchlines, and metaphors.
Is that beef happening right now in the hip hop?
It will, that day you will
That
see.
day we will find it.
It's always
Rappers are always
marinating.
beefy.
It's always marinated.
Yeah.
It's like a chicken.
Exactly.
It's
Rappers are always
chicken.
beefy. The genre is built on beef.
Yanakati.
The only reason as to why Drake and
Yanakati.
Kendrick are the biggest right now is because of beef.
Muli bambandiro.
Yanakati.
So who would you beef on this panel right now? Obviously, we have to let the
You
ladies
don't
out
choose.
because the ladies are bad.
Okay,
They will
here's the thing.
definitely, sweep you off the floor.
No.
Who would you beef with right now?
You
Like,
don't
on
choose.
the day.
The thing about it's so natural. You don't choose who you're going to beef. But someone you're going to find someone who really hates you for no reason.
Well, I thought you were gonna say GNL is gonna come with the latest chain, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna
No,
want that.
actually, Mun G is very correct, right? In hip hop, you don't choose your enemies. Your enemies choose you. So you could be doing your thing, like I've been in LA for some time doing my own thing, but I've received like 10 records and I'm hearing people talking about me, slandering my name. So you don't choose your enemies and you don't choose your competition. Maybe what I can say is
Me competition that
the,
I've
the,
not chosen.
the fans are going
Just
to,
chooses it.
yeah. I think the fans are going to have a very, very good time on June 28th.
At least let's
Yeah.
meet and talk about it.
Yes, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think the fans are going to have a very good time because again, it's a celebration of music, right?
And the real culture.
And the real culture. Because the real culture in hip hop, I'm not going to sit somewhere and hear someone say they are the best. I'm going to be like, who's that? Who's that saying that they're best, right? And in the same breath, somebody is going to be like, they generate touch. You get me? So that's the kind of energy where the bulls want to choose who's the biggest bull, right? But I shouldn't say that that's what hip hop is about. My brother Gamba Kuyomba beef, yes, that's a part of it. It's a competition, healthy competition. But I believe hip hop is also about showcasing. I think this is an opportunity. If you ask me what this means to me, is I think it's a chance for hip hop to showcase what it has been up to. What Abramz has been doing for the last 10 years, what KEKO has been doing and cooking, what Fik Fameica has been doing. You've always been seeing it. But now let's see this platter served in the way that it's supposed to be prepared.
Yeah.
Because usually they have one rapper among 1,000 reggae or raga artists, right? And it's not a bad thing, but sometimes a hip-hop fan, a true hip-hop fan sometimes withdraws from such things and they go to WhatsApp groups to discuss where the punchlines are, who they think is better than who, because the radios and the TVs can't provide that for them. So this is an opportunity for us to showcase. I have a catalog of over 6 albums, right? And Mun G has albums, Fik Fameica has albums, KEKO has albums. He has b-boy, the b-boys that he has been, big boys and big girls that he has been training from the age of 4. Right now these ladies are like 18, 20s, right? So to use a German word, I would call this the zeitgeist, right? So the fans are going to see the competition, the swag, the egos, but again, I think most importantly, it's a chance for all of us to showcase musically what we can do live when given the right platform, a microphone that works, the lights that make us look, how we're supposed to look, we're supposed to look a certain way and bring that kind of energy, basically the best representation of ourselves. Because to me, hip hop is not, sometimes I get this accusation that Oveda way one, right? Yet to me, hip hop is supposed to be the representation of the best version of myself. So I can't come off weak, right? It shows up in my lyrics. So
And speaking of the,
There's also what they call the B-side of an artist. B-side of an artist is always for hip hop artists. The many times you see us on stage, many times it's the big songs, you know. But B-side is those songs that rappers really love, that we never get to perform.
that the hip hop artists love,
Thank
like,
you.
the hip hop fans
hip-hop
love, that they
heads.
never get to see.
And I feel like this is the chance for us to perform for you those songs. The songs you'll be like, Mun G kayimba konema, tokayimba. Dear Pops, we birani. That was when you understand? So I feel like this is the kind of event where a hip hop artist can perform such songs.
Nice. So, Rachel, you've been awfully quiet. So this question is for you. You've been going head to head with the legends in the game, and I would like to know, because I feel like this is a question everybody wants to know, because the lyrics are coming through, the swag is coming through, the fashion always on point. How does it feel right now?
How does it feel right now?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I think we are witnessing history in the making.
Because
Kati kino kigenda kuyambako spreading more awareness with the hip hop itself. Kuba buli omu I think alina engeri gy'ategeera mu hip hop. So kati abantu nga ffe tugezaako nnyo, for example me, okay, and many others, to fusing hip hop mu ngoma endala kangambe bwentyo. Usually other genres, just like you guys. There's always been a fusion. So I think kino kigenda kuyambako anyway to spread more awareness when it comes to hip hop and more exposure for, you know, other rappers that are out there, because in sure there's so many other talented, you know, artists, you know, that are out there. So kigenda kuyambako, you know, create awareness.
Thank you so much. Is there something specific you want us to watch out for, especially with Yenze?
I think I'm also watching out for it.
Okay.
Yes.
That specific thing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
guys, I wanted to ask, I think, Richard, you can start up with this. When it comes to the hip-hop fashion, it is known that hip-hop lovers or hip-hop artists have to dress in a certain way. For example, you have to have a chain. You have to, for the men, you have to balance. You have to have the big belts. You have to have Timberland shoes. You have to have shirts. And many of them actually say you also have to have tattoos as well. Yeah. So is it just something that people say because that's what majority of hip-hop artists do, or is it actually the culture?
Who said that? That's what we see.
That's what we see.
That's what we see.
How you see it is how it is.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get.
Because what I'm seeing right now is majority of you have tattoos. If Recho has a chain,
because it's a culture and it chooses you.
Yeah.
2 chains.
Because it's a culture and it chooses you. Just find yourself.
Yeah, you just find yourself drawn to certain things.
Yeah.
And most of
you guys look similar in a certain way because
We
you believe in the same culture.
Yeah. Makes
We
sense.
live tufanaganya, how we dress, how we.
What? Hey.
The sneaker.
Guys, the whole thing about dressing up, let me tell you something. When people see Recho Rey, they see me, and then they see Fameica, and they see Mun G. There are kids out there watching, and they're like, "Ngenda kwambala ngoyo." What you see at the end of the day is that some people try to copy that and just try to emulate that. But hip hop in its true essence is you dress what you feel like on the inside. It's an expression as well. The fashion itself is a way you express how you feel on the inside. Some people don't like jewelry at all. Abramz, I've never seen him wear a chain. And his brother, I've never seen them wear chains. Some people wear chains, but they're African chains, right? It's a way of expressing yourself, you know? Like, if I want to wear my hair and I'm really maybe kwaso the whole day, that's how I feel on that day. If I want my hair chopped and, you know, Shaolin, that's how I'm feeling in that moment, you get me? Like, everything on you is about expression, and hip-hop allows you to be the best version and to express that, yeah.
Also, there's the aspect of being rebellious. Hip-hop as a genre was born from rebellion. That's why you've heard of NWA with that very beautiful song, "Up the Police." this?
Yes.
Hip hop as a genre is about rebellion. Because it's a youth genre. So, whatever the first starts and all that stuff. So, whatever you see is because naturally people want to stand out, but also be rebellious.
Planning to have a
You
first
people are
time very
here.
soon.
You want to be so normal? Don't be that side. We are hip hoppers.
Yeah.
We don't want to be normal. That's why people dress like this. That's why you see that man putting on those short shorts.
yagambye bonna bagenda kwambala mpale empanvu nyambale nyingi. People wear only one ring, which is a marriage ring. We are like, but why can't I wear 5? Fameica is like, everybody's hair is going to be black. Let me do have expression, and I love to see it. It's very colorful. It shows our individuality. It's very, very interesting. It's actually a very beautiful way to live because you're very unapologetic about who you are. That's what hip hop allows and what it brings out of the youth and what it has brought out of the youth for generations. New York, Tukawempe, Bwaise, Kampala, Dodoma, anywhere in the world, even Japan. Osange motukanga bazonna bazisiizeko graffiti n'ogamba lwaki bayonoonye paint, but that's how he wants his car to look. That's how he feels. Okiraba? It's that expression, yeah.
Sina
Njagala kumanya Fik agambye ayagala kuba tattoo.
Tattoo ze sirina munaye Shadrack yali talinga tankubye tattoo so okusinziira ku kyebadde bagamba, so the way we dress is an extension of who we are and an extension of our self-expression. So kyova ne boddayo mu lyrics era onajja kuyimba bayina n'okutuyinza n'okukwata topics zezimu batulemu ng'alina ango ye. So engeri gye twogeramu, gye tutunulamu, gye tweyisamu, gye turespondinga to things, gye tureactingamu, it's the same thing. So twaki oli bwagamba nti it's a way of life, ye bwatyo bwali. So that's why agamba nti bwe nti weeri mu kwogera naye mu nyambala ate ndi birala oba onfuna, right? So kati nange ojja kunzanya nyambala ebina okuva Friday paka Friday. You know, era abantu abamanyi bagamba egayi bamulaba mpale empanvu beewuunya. So nyinza okuba ku ssaawa eno ndabikanga nnyo naye at the same time nange nyina gyemba ng'ate ndi rebel. Oba onfuna nga ntibaga naye gayi ye ali biki. You know, so but also having the freedom okuba nti nsobola okuba confident nga ndi ne Fik Fameica ne GNL ng'ali confident mu style ye naye nga nange ate sikiika mutima nga nange ndi confident mu style yange buli omu na-appreciatinga munne na-respectinga munne. Kati fa abantu aba outsider bo bagamba lwaki gundi takola nga gundi, but for the insider bagamba your truth yo
the uniqueness, yes.
Oye gwe ono yenze. So then okiza ne ku festival egenda okubaawo nti for me I cannot wait okulaba festival and kino nkyogera nga kiva ku mutima nga KEKO azze n'akikuba, Zamba najja n'akikuba, Fik Fameica najja n'akikuba, Sylvester najja n'akola ki n'akikuba. Said now I'm painting a picture nti if this is hip hop oba onfuna, now this is the chance omuntu ogamba nti no byonna baabitadde ku shelf nyino neeroboza oba onfuna bulungi, because it's the same sometimes to compartmentalizing ebintu, right? Naye kati ne bagamba naye lwaki how do you know nti bafanyi ba Fik Fameica tebajja kwagala KEKO nga bamulabi, but because sometimes media tusalirawo nebaga abantu baagala bino abantu baagala biri. Waliwo ne music KEKO oba gino gayinza okuba nga yakuba 10 years ago, but it would still speak to someone today, but they don't know that that song exists. Kati fe tulowooza nti no olwo lwaggwako, but we luba nga lukyali relevant. Yes, waliwo naffe betukola ebiggwako nga it's just in the moment, but it doesn't mean everything. Kyova nga lwaki nti wano fe obuzibu bwe tulina tukaddiya ebintu ne tubikasuka, kati eyo power ate twagiwa nnyo media oba onfuna, but waliwo ennyimba z'abantu nze nga kiri fane nga leero ojja muwana naye nga nze ate olimba ennyimba zensinga omuwanako ate zadda, but because buli wenziwulira zikyali relevant gyendi ng'ate waliwo n'abato benzizannyira n'agamba what. So my point is this, I think this is the opportunity. Recho Rey yagiranga ne bagundi bano bani bashanks bibidi. No, that's anyway. Chembade jagala ndo sharing, and I'm looking forward to this. Okuba nti waliwo a variety. And
actually, that's why I was saying we are witnessing history making, because this is something that has never ever happened with the hip hop.
Yeah.
itself.
Generations, the
Yes,
styles.
definitely.
And you know, we have the women looking fly. Even when you just look at this beautiful picture on the stage right now. So Mariah Hughes is representing Uganda. You need to see this. So
Generations.
generations and the swag. Kati memori yeyo naye kati nze mpulira obuwoowo buli ku stage.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, thank you. So we're going to throw the questions to the crowd. Anyone with a question in the crowd, this is your opportunity.
I have a question first for specifically the ladies, right? Ladies, how do you handle the pressure in being in this industry, where in most cases it's, I wouldn't say it is, but it's taken as a male-dominated, right? Well, it's taken as a male-dominated industry.
Yes.
So how do you handle that pressure and how do you keep up? Second question is general, right? I know you're all Ugandan hip-hop artists, right? But what's that one Ugandan artist that you listen to apart from yourself? I know you guys are so against yourself sometimes, but what's that one Ugandan artist that you listen to apart from yourself and you're like, wow, ooh, they do it for me. That's all. Thank you.
Being in a male-dominated industry in itself makes us stand out. You know. So it gives us the opportunity to showcase our talent, and we get the audience, you know. And if you're good enough, you know, you get to go the mile, and that's really all you need.
And I also think, you know, being passionate about what you do, just like she said, also takes you a mile, keeps you standing, keeps you in the game. Yeah.
Also, ask the ladies.
And my favorite rapper right now is Recho Rey.
Oh,
Who are you listening to
who
right
am I
now?
listening to right now? Who
In
am I listening to
Uganda.
right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'll also flip the question as
I'm
well
listening
because
to everyone here. I love hip hop, so I listen to everyone here. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
answer. Abuziza muntu ki gw'owuliza n'ogamba
Oyo yansingira.
oyo yansingira.
Except you, except yourself. Which other
Yes,
artist?
definitely. To be honest, I listen to Fik. If you're Fik Fameica, n'ogamba yes, nigga got swag. You know, he has it all.
Today.
Ostegeera. Wakabi.
Bless you.
Wakabi.
GNL, do you have any other artist you listen to that is not yourself that you feel like, Mun G, Fik Fameica, Recho, even myself? Who do you think?
I listen to GNL, then I listen to Zamba. When I'm not listening to GNL and Zamba, I listen to Ernest Nsimbi, then I listen to Lupia Zita, Kanyonyoto. But in all seriousness, I don't listen to the beauty of what I like. I think what I like kind of imitates what we have on stage here. I'm a guy that loves playlists. So on my playlists, you have Recho Rey popping up with her new song, Mbasibanga Mirambo Jambo Mukutia. And I'm like, that's a dope line. You get me? Fik Fameica definitely with Micah. It's a very sweet song. You get
Also
me?
Talafia as well.
Talafia was heavy. That was heavy. That was a heavy joint.
It's literally almost like our motto, where I work from at
Talafia. Yeah, man. So I listen to playlists, new and old. I mix. One of my favorite songs is there's a song which Abramz did back in the day called Chendi Chendi. I am who I am, right? And going back to the theme again of this, which is I am hip hop, Papa Yenze Hip-Hop. Chendi Chendi, like I am who I'm unapologetic. I'm from Kasubi, Bukamialand, whatever. To me, that was so raw. Another artist I really like in the mix of both generations is the late Molekwa. Molekwa, Molekwa was such a genius with the pen. You get me? And being away from Uganda has also given me time to listen to people's songs, right? Mun G, I think Mun G's album that he did, Omucha Atibwa, right? Omucha Atibwa. I think that's a very beautiful album, right? Yeah, I think that sums it all up. Like I've been listening to everybody with KEKO. It is the joint that she did with Enigma. Was it corporate?
Hustlers Night.
Hustlers Night. You took all the men, no, but then you took the song. Yeah. One thing I respect about this lady right here, right?
Yeah.
There's no Butulekemo call the lady. Yeah? With KEKO, she's sharpening her pen. You also sharpen your pen. You get me? Like, otherwise, if you get caught sleeping, so it's her pen that we respect very much in hip hop. That she's a songwriter and an extraordinary songwriter. So,
and also, you know, just to add up to what he was talking about. I would love so much to give KEKO her flowers because she did pave the road for us, for people like me to stand in the industry. Yes. Kubanga ngoli bweyagambye nti this is a male-dominated industry. Bwenga omukyalo kubanga osobola ogiyimiriramu n'ogamba nti yenze. It takes a lot kubanga comparison yo teba ku bakyala balala eba kuki to the guys. So if you can stand out and you stand your ground like and you feel me. So yeah.
For me, just like GNL and a few people here, I cannot say that I have a favorite Ugandan hip-hop artist that I listen to because different people, I'll be more specific, different people's songs speak to me in different ways. Also during different times. Celebrating just, maybe what we've so kati kyobanga wakinange waliwo abantu nga lw'ennyimba zempulira nga ate telugenda kaddiwe wange because waliwo kyerumpisaamu. So and I know Sylvester and I we're so known for our socially conscious rap music. I mean, we're known for that. But the thing is, my life is there's ups and downs. At times when I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm creative, I'm stuck somewhere. So kyekimunga bwe ngenda ku party olw'okuba nnyimbye nafulumiza oluyimba lwe social conscious. There's a time for everything. Right? So the same way I listen to American rap music is the same way I actually listen to Ugandan rap music because collection yange erimu buli omu nja kuwulira Common, mpulire Cypress Hill, onsange nga simanyi maybe waliwo Dre, people who are not the same, Redman, then what the number artists abapya waliwo nja okulimba Kendrick Lunkolere. Then actually this is funny, maybe this will paint the picture. Nze nali siwulira nyimba za Drake na zimu because for me nawulira ninga Drake. From my experience waliwo we nali, now I'm being honest, guy nanzanyira oluyimba lwa Drake neŋŋamba whoa oba kitegera kye ŋŋamba neŋŋamba wow, as in va mu by'okupretendinga neŋŋamba wow, this is such a dope song. So kitegeeza ne Drake naye alina moments ze ayita mu bintu ebyenjawulo, and it's the same thing wano mu Ugandan hip hop. Mpulira abantu bangi waliwo ne bwembeera awo ne mpulira ekiyimba ng'omulala ayinza ogamba sijja kinyumirwa. Sometimes waliwo bwe naye ne mpulira for example oluyimba lwa Gravity omutujju neŋŋamba lindaako nga nali I'm being honest, nali because I have a sound that I listen to a lot and I'm not knocking nga nange waliwo abajja okuba nga tebanyumirwa byange, which is okay, so kati nali kansanga mu ka restaurant tulya ne bakuba ekiyimba awo neŋŋamba lindaako mwana gaye akasuse kati for that song wangi simanyi buli wankikuba mpulira simanyi biki ampalana kati for some reason man neŋŋamba wow buyimba but tenga akiri nti kati nyina ennyimba zempulira ndala ezizenga they're not my songs. GNL waliwo ennyimba zayina nga yenza okwata kyaziwuliza naziwuliriza naye nga nze ngamba man goyinza okuba ina version ya GNL gyoyagala naye waliwo kano. Now it doesn't matter about old public yonna ekaaga oba tekagala togenda kunkyusa. So anyway, so nyagadde ogamba nti I'm a fan of everyone if they do something that speaks to me.
Banji etugamba mwana kyonyo bulungi bano abaami abatudde awo n'abakyala abagala project ulina pulaani kimu mu Uganda gy'aba abaana bali emabega mu baleete nabo babirenga mmwe tebamanyi studio weeri tebamanyi radio weeri oba tv temunayogera ku pulaani y'okugy'aba abaana.
I think we've done that.
Just made it more of a balloon.
I think we've done that. You've seen Zamba
has played a part
played a very big part in many rap artists' careers. My brother Mun G, I've also signed a rapper, even like he's not actually signed, he's a brother. I didn't sign him. I've been with him since way back, and I've been trying to work with Mozilla kids, and you know, and also it's not about us going back and kuchimayo abana because fefe nyini nzeteli yanchima. So I feel like fena otulide waneno ulilo muyaya kugamba hip hop yan choosing. So there has to be people that are chosen. It's okay. Tutulina kubanga madala kuyambako. So sigamba okuchima kiba kitegeeza omuntu agenda kubuuka. It has to be the pen ekuleta ne pen yo ewandiika kyenkana to reach. But everyone here, I feel like they have played a very big part, you know, helping. You just mentioned Fresh Kid. I didn't even mention that anyway because I know it's not something that I would want to brag about, but it's you know, an opportunity to create and light another candle. I've always done that, not only with rappers. I think I have lots of collaboration with many artists that I'm bigger than, you know, trying to exactly. And I think everyone here has done the same.
Ngenda kusooka challenging simukwogera aba media abatu challenging nnyo bwe tutula ku pano. Naga ku kiki kyokoledde abala kikyokedde mwe mukoze eki oba okitegeera naye n'aba media obugenda babuuza mwe abala mukoze because bw'oŋŋamba nti waliwo abantu abafulumya music on a regular basis omulungi whether they are known rappers or hip hop artists or not kitegeeza nammwe mulina okukola obugambe because GNL oba Fik Fameica ne bwakwata omuntu n'amuleeta tagenda kukusiba tagenda kuteekako mundu kuzanya music we. So my point is singa tumanya nti buli omu alina okuzanya party ye. For me it's easier, I think it's better to complain nga nammwe wamwe muteekamu omuliro nga no tubaba wane temubakola ki because jukira nayo investment omuntu okukwata nawo omuntu studio time nacharinga nakola ki kati banja ate abalina by the way banacharinze temujja bamanya mujasoya nga mubuuza because wibanga bikoma somewhere power ye weekoma then investment nefa nadam naba tatadde kujjamu but ebefudde because gwa investing them ata supporting dwa ku level kola ki kiringa omuntu asima omusingi wa complaining anti webisenge tanabizimba nga to omusingi tonagusi oba kitegera kyengamba so to not criticize but at the same time to be considerate ate nekirala ekiri so important ate lumu ne babikola ate era temubiraba because lwaki njogera bwe nti kyova kinze bwe ntula ne bawuza hip hop. Some of us existence of hip hop is really about kuwa abantu opportunities as in intentionally nsobola okugamba nti abantu betuwadde scholarships mu hip hop okuva mu primary paka mu secondary ogenda kwewunya nti ne ba MP abasinga tebakikolangako ekyo nkyogera nga ne wenjogera leero tulina ba rappers ba beatboxers ba graffiti writers ba b-boys ba b-girls betusasulira fees even through breakdance project Uganda since 2006 nga buli kimu tukisasula tuli fenna ne bogenda bugenzi wano genda for example Tropical High School one in Zambia ogenda live make up breakdancers never beatboxers never rappers somero obwere yeah seriously but my point is bwe tubikola ate temubinoonya oba temubi highlighting muno sense nga balaba kye tutakoze but bwe tukoze tebakola ki tebabiraba ate nekira kinjagala okomplicate now buli muntu alina obuvunanyizibwa when someone rapper bwavaayo n'asifula omulala we should appreciate but tetulina kifuula nti buli rapper alina okukwata omuntu n'akola ki, because sagala kulimba, you don't know how many people have started rapping eyo gye bali abagenda okufuna careers because bawulira Fik Fameica, bawulira KEKO, bawulira GNL, bawulira Recho Rey. You have no idea how much impact bano abantu gye bakola, but because ebiseera ebisinga tulowooza nti impact always erina okuba ki direct. But tusinga omanyi bantu bameka be ba-inspire. Nze mbadde ngamba Recho Rey nyina wengenda ebbunga awo tebalina music mulala gwe bazannya okugyako we ku restaurant tebamanyi nti ndina mu hip hop gaya abeera nagamanasigange but singa kali kange but anyway kyenjagala okugamba saagala tuwulize bubi KEKO, tuwulize bubi oba Recho Rey oba Fik Fameica oba ani, because they are giving so much already. The fact that they put their lives on display ne beeyogerako ebintu n'ebyomunda ne biba inspiring omulala n'akwata akazindaalo seriously kiringa bw'onajja n'ongamba nti Messi talina kyakwedde kapiira ka Uganda ng'ate bangi abatandika ano because of him. You know what I mean? So my point is nabyo tubinoonyerezeeko kijja kuba tekirungi. Then okusembayo Sylvester wuuyo is an example. Sylvester osobola okuyimirira akola youth and hip hop program buli mwaka eya hip hop traveling am districts nyingi ne batwala mobile recording studios barapa sigala ngoyimiridde barapa ne ba recording yawerere. Example is Recho Rey. Gena soko musanga mu 2017 nga bampisa okusomesa mu boot camp bategeke Masindi. Example ndala even Truth 256 namusanga mu boot camp gye bategeke Mbali bagenze ugulu wabuli wamu hip hop.
Truth 256 ya Mbale
Mbale okusoko omusanga mwe mu boot camp. So kati wuyo, that's a story for you. They do it every year, then ne baba recording an album era na account you so just like youth and hip hop every year, but who talks about it?
But I think what Abramz is saying is that there are two sides of this, right? There are positives and there are negatives, right? There are people in the media who have been collaborators, right? The Kalonji Kabuyes of the sorts, Emma Sejengo. There are people in different houses, in different media houses, who have been collaborating with us and offering that help. But what I want to challenge right now, since Tuliku Yenze, right? And we can't put a face to who Swahili Nation is. Jetwetaga. Can Swahili Nation or Yenze put together an album? Because it's a very cool album, Balibajita Hip Hop Campus, right? And it was because all of us as upcoming artists went and did auditions, and then they picked out who has been practicing and working hard at their craft. So can a platform like this, right, that brings all the rappers together, can a platform like this also pay for an album by producing it somewhere so that we can bring other people up? It takes a village, basically. It takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to raise the culture, the opportunity. It's not just one person, it's a collaboration of so many other things at work, but media is one of the most important. Shout out to the ones who have been supporting us from day one. But it's supporting us, all the things that we're doing.
I hope you bought your mother that Range Rover.
You see?
Yeah.
It is not yet there.
Okay. As you proceed to
I
buy
am
her
still, like life itself, I'm still believing in taking it.
Yeah, anyway, me, I'm an old lady turning 40. I've been listening to hip hop since I was a kid. But I'm worried about how the future is changing. AI. How is Swahili Nation planning on protecting your talent? What plan do you guys have? You look good, you have all these chains, all this bling, but there's this external threat that's coming and taking over talent. So I want to hear from you. What plan do you have? And on top of that, there are all these things that you can impact. By the way, kudos, you have a point. We also have, as media, we have a role to play, and we're changing. We are ready for you to come and get over here. Sustainability, the environment. These are all places you can get funding for these projects. So maybe you can think about that, yeah? Thank you, and well done.
Let me tell you something. Hip-hop is the longest surviving or serving genre for a reason. The ease with which hip-hop uses, even if today we go to heaven, there is a hip-hop jam. You know why?
Jesus was hip-hop.
Jesus was hip-hop? Oh my God.
No, hip-hop is very, very easy with fusing music. So me, I'm not a kind of person that is scared about AI, because I know whatever you're going to do, there's a rapper that is going to fuse that AI with some really, really good lyrics. Plus also, delivery is something important in hip-hop. delivery is natural. The breath, when you hear someone, we even talk about breath control in hip hop. AI cannot breathe, right? So it won't feel natural if I tell a story, because it's part of expression. It won't feel natural if I told my story and AI told my story. AI has no story. People believe you because they listen to your voice, they listen to how you breathe, they listen to your emotion. AI doesn't have emotion. So me, I'm not scared about AI and the whole, but I know even if it did take over, there's going to be a rapper that will find a way. T-Pain did something.
Real quick, I'm just gonna piggyback on that. I was listening to Ben Affleck talking about AI and how he said it's craftsmanship at best. And he said AI can't write Shakespeare.
That's the thing.
You know, so at the end of the day, yeah, we can embrace it, you know, fuse it. Maybe if you're lazy, you know, like on a lazy day, you can maybe, chat GPT it or whatever, you know, to write lyrics. But I prefer to write lyrics from a very personal place. I don't like to be. It's like copying answers in class. I've never really liked that, you know. Like even when I was studying in Toronto Film School, it's an open book exam. It was really weird for me, coming from Uganda and studying there.
Open book.
Yeah, everything is open book. You get to know your answers before you do the exam. So they say they passed, but I'm like, oh, I don't think so. We all passed, but like, you know. So it's kind of like copying answers, and I'm pro originality.
Yenze, I am hip-hop. Swahili Nation, Africa brings you the biggest night in hip-hop, making history with the Yenze Hip-Hop Cultural Fest. Saturday, 28 June 2025 at Lugogo Cricket Oval, live in Kampala, Uganda. Come witness the biggest artists from all regions of Uganda and East Africa with graffiti, breakdance, and rap battles. Don't miss all the best fun, best food, and fashion and swag. Ordinary tickets are at 30,000 Uganda shillings, and all tickets are available now at